Ramaswamy may have gotten kicked out of the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, because he's, no longer in DOGE and has announced that he has different political plans in mind, namely running for governor of Ohio. So look, we'll get to possible issues with the Trump side of things in just a moment. But first, we should note that Ramaswamy has yet to officially announce his run for governor in Ohio, but he is saying the quiet part out loud. Yes,
he is going to run for governor. I think it's not official as of this recording on January 22nd, but we are here with the Young Turks and Kasparian. And this Vivek Ramaswamy, it's very interesting. We don't have a lot of answers on this one. I will let you know the rumors. I will let you know what I've been following this very closely. This ain't about the H-1B visa. We're beyond that. I'm happy to talk about it. But this topic here about Vivek Ramaswamy getting booted out, there's a couple things that you're going to want to stick around. I'm going to tell you what. I've been following it closely, and I could give a little bit of tips because this is my area, not Anna Kasparian, not Cenk, not the Young Turks. I kind of go in the populist right more than they do. Let's get back to it on Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, not the H-1B visa, the Young Turks. Let's hear what they have to say.
Yesterday he wrote on X, "It was my honor to help support the creation of DOGE. I'm confident that Elon and team will succeed in streamlining government. I'll have more to say very soon about my future plans in Ohio. Most importantly, we're all in to help President Trump make America great again." Now that was in response to a statement from the Trump transition spokesperson, Anna Kelly, who said this of Vivek Ramaswamy. "Ramaswamy played a critical role in helping us create DOGE. He intends to run for elected office soon, which requires him to remain outside of DOGE. Based on the structure that we announced today, we thank him immensely for his contributions over the last 2 months and expect him to play a vital role in making America great again." Now, anonymous sources have given reporters conflicting accounts of what actually went down behind the scenes.
When you hear conflicting accounts, what it is the Vivek people and the Trump people and the Elon people all dropping hints, rumors, trying to politically put themselves in the best light.
For instance, one reporter by the name of Taylor Populars wrote the following on X. "A source familiar confirms to me that Vivek Ramaswamy is no longer part of DOGE because he is announcing his run for governor of Ohio early next week. And it became clear he couldn't campaign and lead DOGE at the same time. Relationship with Elon is good and Vivek will be cheering on DOGE," source says.
So you see, that one sounds like it came from Vivek. They say you had beef in the circle and you have to explain it to the public. That's how you would explain it.
But other sources who spoke to Politico made it seem as though Trump's team actually wanted to get rid of Vivek Ramaswamy, especially none other than Elon Musk, who will now be the sole head of DOGE as a organization, I guess. Politico reports that Musk made it known that he wanted Ramaswamy out of DOGE in recent days. According to 3 people familiar with Musk's preferences who were granted anonymity to discuss them, an ill-received holiday rant on X by Ramaswamy about H-1B visas apparently hastened his demise.
That didn't have nothing to do with it. Well, why would it have been the H-1B visa for Vivek Ramaswamy when Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and all of the MAGA, which is basically a rebranded neocon right now, they've done some good things, the J6ers out and stuff, but overall, he's got Operation Warp Speed 2 coming back too. All of them, Trump used to be against the H-1B visas. Now he's for them. They all have the same take on the H-1B visa. So guys, I know you're doing this to try to trick people who aren't paying attention, but I'm sorry, I'm paying attention. I know that makes no sense. That comment right there, an ill-received holiday rant on X by Ramaswamy about H-1B visas apparently hastened his demise. What does that mean? I can tell you this, he obviously, in some shape or form, was a fall guy. I'm gonna play back, I'm gonna let them go a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about, there's a lot going on here. I'm gonna get into some speculation, but we need to stop right there on that, on its face. That makes no sense. It's not like he has a different take on the H-1B visas than everybody else.
And look, that rant was about H-1B visas, but the message that Ramaswamy put out there was particularly gross. He was attacking American workers as lazy, as having poor culture that makes them poor workers, which is why we absolutely need to bring in foreign workers from other countries. They have better work ethic. Here are a few excerpts, just so I'm not putting words in his mouth. He wrote, "Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineer."
Elon Musk just did the Roman salute on Inauguration Day, and everyone is shilling and covering for him. This is the statement that got Vivek kicked out. He said, "Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long." That's actually, I'm against the H-1B visas. That's what the take is, basically. The take is if you are saying, I can't verify this, but if all these tech bros and all these people, Trump himself, are saying, well, we want to reform it so it's only the high-paying ones. So what you're telling me is we don't have the best of the best in the world then. That's not my take, that's your take. So if we don't have the best of the best in the world, then our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s, likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers. That's the response, right? If that is your take on the H-1B visas, my take is that right there. So that doesn't make any sense at all. What happened is this bubbled up as a mistake from Elon Musk. Let's go back and I'll finish that in a second.
If you grow up aspiring to normalcy, normalcy is what you will achieve. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent. And if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China.
Elon Musk has already made these same comments in the past about China because he does a lot of business with China. We have Tesla in China. He does a lot of back and forth with China. And he has said the exact same type of things before.
MAGA didn't like that. Honestly, I didn't like that. I didn't like trashing American workers in order to provide cover for tech CEOs who just want to save on labor costs by bringing in foreign workers who they can like grind down to the bone.
No, that's not really the take on this one. The H-1B visa debate did have some of that in there, which obviously is bad. They're abusing the H-1B visas. What Vivek is talking about is the top whatever percent that they say we need to go to India and get 75% for. These are the jobs who are paying, six figures. These are the CEO of Adobe, CEO of Perplexity, CEO of Microsoft, CEO of, you just name the company, you damn near have Jeets and Asians and whatever else on H1 who at least at some point in their career had visas. And those are the ones we know. We don't even know how many of the other ones got visas. So this is, and the Kasparian is off here. This isn't about they were doing some stuff with, it looked like waiters, chefs, like really lower level jobs to pay them lower. Yeah, they were doing that. So it is funny how the H-1B visa, this really isn't about that, but you have to bring it up. The H-1B visa debate started out with, wait, what's going on with these? And then everybody was like, and then people started digging into it. Jeremy of the Quartering, others started digging into it and said, wait a second, we're seeing these aren't high paying jobs. You say are you claiming that we can't find Americans here? Then it shifted to, we have to reform it. And then that's how this came in, to talk about the top percent of the jobs. Let's get back to the young children.
And pay less. And according to that Politico report, Ramaswamy was on thin ice even before he put out that Twitter thread or that X thread.
Why is that?
A source familiar with Ramaswamy's exit told Politico they wanted him out before the tweet, but kicked him to the curb when that came out. And a Republican strategist close to Trump advisors,
I agree with that, but why?
Said that Ramaswamy just burned through the bridges, and he finally burned Elon. Everyone wants him out of Mar-a-Lago, out of DC. And that same report says that as recently as last week, Ramaswamy was hoping to achieve some early wins at DOGE before leaving to pursue a gubernatorial bid.
Yes, so what happened is this whole debate, forget about the H-1B visas right now. The debate about it happened before Trump was even inaugurated. This is very disrespectful. Who is having a discussion that's bubbling up to the top? And what did Elon Musk say? Where I'm going is this was Elon Musk's mistake. Elon Musk was crashing out, and not in a good way. Remember he said he had that tweet where he was like, go F your face? He literally said that to Trump supporters. So you want to tell me that Vivek Ramaswamy had to go because he was talking about American culture and he wasn't trying to diss American culture altogether? I know people were joking about that. Some people got in their feelings about that. But obviously that's not what his intent was. His intent was to say, there's some things we got to shore up. And nobody with a sane mind would disagree. Elon Musk, on the other hand, before Trump even got inaugurated, he was banning people off of X, Trump supporters. He was taking away blue checks of Trump supporters. He was taking away their affiliate badges of Trump supporters. And he was saying, go F yourself in the face. Why? Because he was getting ratioed. He was getting owned on his own platform. So he was bubbling up a topic that didn't help Donald Trump in his messaging. It showed us who the real boss is, Elon Musk. Donald Trump had no say in that whole debate. He had nothing. He came out later and started mumbling or whatever. That debate was dominated by Elon Musk, and it was a big mistake. Susie Wiles came out with the memo and said, shut the hell up. But it can't apply to Elon Musk because Elon Musk is the boss. He dropped $200 million. If somebody drops $200 million on you for anything, you cannot tell them to shut up. They tell you when to shut up. So that's the problem. So who's gonna take the fallout? Vivek Ramaswamy. That's pretty funny. In the aftermath of the H-1B visa debate, where 75% of them are Pajeets, the Pajeet takes the fall. You can't make this stuff up, man. Life is poetry.
So, Cenk, what do you think is going on here, right? There's two different narratives playing out simultaneously. I know what I prefer in terms of the narrative, what I think is most likely true, but I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, so we're doing a poll on this one too, because it's a really good question. I'm gonna bias you guys a little bit with my opinion, but you often vote against me anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So check it out if you can. Of course, shows live 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern every day on YouTube. So why did Vivek leave DOGE? A, the H-1B visa tweets. B, Elon didn't want to partner. C, he was too annoying. D, he wanted to run for Ohio governor. So remember, D is the official excuse. And he is going to run for, very, very likely to run for governor. So that's gonna seem like it matches.
All the tech bros, for whatever reason, just like Ready Player One, basically, I believe was in Ohio, set in Ohio. All of these tech bros are everything the Trump AI initiative. JD Vance moved to Ohio. Obviously, he was a senator for Ohio for a little bit. Vivek Ramaswamy's from Ohio. It's a lot going on in Ohio. I'm from Ohio, by the way.
Right. So my answer is C. He was too annoying. Okay, now it's a little bit of a combination of all of these things, but
this is a bad takes, man. If you're gonna really, the Young Turks, and I don't know if I'm right or not, but I feel solid that my take is good. Like, but I didn't come on here and say, oh, you know why Vivek was Ramaswamy? If I thought he was removed just because he was annoying, then I wouldn't even do the take. I mean, it's just stupid. Maybe that's what I would really believe in. Them, like, I'm going to talk about something else. This is stupid. This is not. They're better than this. They need to have. If they're really going to do this, they need to have somebody on there. Who could it be? Who's it? Me, Laura Loomer. To be honest with you. I mean, I know they have beef. They don't like Laura Loomer at all. Laura Loomer hates them too. But just forget that. She would be the perfect one to have on there. Steve Bannon, of course. And you could have some others too. to him.
I think the tweet mattered the least because remember, Elon Musk agrees with Vivek Ramaswamy on the substance of that tweet.
Yes.
He didn't say it in as insulting a way as Vivek did.
Yes, he did. He said, "Go F yourself in the face." Elon Musk said it more insulting. So again, another bad take. It's a bad take by the Young Turks again. What Elon Musk said, and I quote, he said, "This is Musk responding to a user who kind of said some anti-H-1B sentiments there." This is Elon Musk. This is a direct quote. I know it's from a movie, but this is a quote from his post on X. Elon Musk said, take a big step back and F yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend. You tell me that's not worse than what Vivek Ramaswamy said?
Right? But he didn't say it in as insulting a way as Vivek did, right?
I don't know, man. They can't get into the right topics if on the right if they don't do better than this.
But the idea that the Trump people were so verklempt over that tweet, they're like, "Oh, you have insulted the great people of America," said the people who ran on the campaign theme of "Make America Great Again."
No, hold on though. Look, I don't know about Trump himself or members of his cabinet being annoyed with what Ramaswamy had tweeted in that.
They were annoyed with everyone. Donald Trump is annoyed with Elon Musk. Donald Trump can't breathe without Elon Musk down his neck. If you haven't seen it, there's a crazy viral video clip of Elon Musk doing his autistic, not the Roman salute. He has so many of these different cringe things. He's just dancing. Nobody else is dancing. I don't know what he's just dancing, and he's something's wrong with that, bro. He's very smart, but he's off. And Barron Trump is right next to him, kind of like, my dude, what is wrong? He didn't say that, but you could see in his face, he's like, what is this freak? He is a freak. And Donald Trump can't breathe without Elon Musk right down his neck. Elon Musk moved in to Mar-a-Lago. Why did Elon Musk move in, at least temporarily? He's renting out a spot at Mar-a-Lago. And then we were talking about the executive orders on X. And Elon Musk was like, I was in the room. I think it was the Ross Ulbricht one. He was like, I was in the room when Trump signed this one. I'm like, what? Can Trump breathe without you dancing or having your kid on your shoulder or moving into Mar-a-Lago or crashing out before the inauguration? Or now Donald Trump did that AI initiative. Well, I'll talk about it at a different time, which I'm not for, but that's not the point. Elon Musk is appointed by Donald Trump, not nominated to a cabinet position, but appointed to an executive DOGE position, basically an advisor to the president. And Elon Musk is making fun of Trump's own AI initiative because he's teaming up in a fascistic way with private business with OpenAI. So Elon Musk, on top of covering up the message, just being everywhere, he's speaking everywhere, he's walking everywhere. You can't see Donald Trump without him in the background. Like he's Donald Trump's handler. And now he's counter narrative. He's counter signaling Donald Trump on the biggest platform with 200 million people. If I appoint you to my team, you better not counterpoint me or counter signal me on the biggest platform out there. I'm sorry I'm yelling on this one. I don't know. I didn't think I was going to be hype about this one. Kind of hype about this one. If I appoint you, I'm the president, and I appoint you to DOGE. What is DOGE? Department of Government Efficiency. Why are you talking about my AI, even though it's awful? But why are you talking about you come in my office and talk to me about that. Why is that? I'll tell you at the end. Let me get back to it. But Elon Musk has reportedly been renting a cottage named Banyan at Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate in Palm Beach, Florida, for about $2,000 a night. This arrangement allows Musk to maintain a close proximity to Trump, particularly as the latter prepares for his presidency. The cottage is situated just a few hundred feet from the main residence on the estate, providing Musk with easy access to Trump for discussions and meetings. You ever let a boy, one of your boys sleep? This is way back in college. You ever let one of your boys sleep over the crib? And whatever's happening, and a month later, that Negro is still sleeping over at the crib, and you're like, we might have to figure something out. This is worse than that. Elon Musk came over. He is paying, but Trump doesn't need the money. Somebody else would have rented it out. And this Negro is sleeping on the couch and acting like the boss at the same time. Let's keep going. This is going to be a long one.
Thread. I know for a fact that Trump's supporters were furious, and Trump likes to be popular. And so if you're gonna pick a fall guy out of the two, go with Ramaswamy.
Yes,
Elon's the one
true.
who provided him tens of millions of dollars in campaign
Hundreds
donations.
of millions of dollars.
Absolutely.
Hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes.
My bad.
So no, I know. No. This is way too early for Trump to respond to the base and get rid of someone that big.
No, it's not. What are you talking? This was before the inauguration. I was wondering, this is the vibe we need going into the inauguration? Trump's probably like, how did this happen? I didn't say anything about an H-1B visa. Why are we talking about it? So no, Cenk is wrong. Anna's right.
You have to, but it's a great point. You always have to separate out the supporters and the apparatchiks, right? That word is back. The supporters hated that tweet. It's true.
Yeah.
And they were genuinely furious about it. I think Trump and his allies didn't care at all, because they don't really care about the American people. They just care about their own interests. And if Vivek was greasing them, with money or this or that, and it was in their self-interest, they could one tweet, they're gonna get rid of somebody over one offensive tweet, right? In my opinion. All right, so look, Vivek is a guy who grates on you. He's always smarmy, always has some sort of excuse, some sort of overly complicated justification for why he's so smart and he's so right and everybody's wrong and everybody says.
He just has a better culture than us Americans, right?
Yeah. So, and
he is American.
And I've said this many, many times, right? And so, but when he was on the right wing side, everybody was like, yeah, Vivek, and we don't care, right? And now all of a sudden he spends time with a lot of the Trump people, and they're like, "Oh, we got to get rid of this guy. He's so freaking annoying and greasy and constantly looking out for self-interest." They all do, but in an over-the-top way that people can't stand. But the second thing that's very, very, very likely that's on that list is Elon doesn't want a second guy around.
Yes.
Oh, I'd like to share the spotlight with Vivek Ramaswamy. Not a sentence Elon.
That is my takeaway after he's done. I agree 100%.
Musk has spoken.
Let me give you one more excerpt from that Politico piece, because they write that a person close to DOGE said Musk did not think it was feasible for him to campaign for office while working on DOGE. Other reports made it clear that he didn't really want to share the leadership role with Ramaswamy. So I think that might be part of it as well. Obviously, Elon Musk isn't going to come out and confirm it. And on inauguration day, they were seen together looking friendly with one another. But
that's politics.
I do think that there's something to the point that you're making. And he got under everyone's skin. I mean, I remember during the Republican primaries, he was the most annoying person on that stage. He went from being kind of popular, he was rising among Republican voters. But by the time the debates were over, his popularity sank because of how he was coming across on stage.
So it's good discussion. I think that the last point by Cenk is absolutely right. Elon Musk does not, a lot of people, why isn't Laura Loomer on the team? Why isn't Laura Loomer there's probably nobody in this country that's more diehard on Trump than Laura Loomer. And she's obviously brilliant, independent journalist, very influential, hilarious, one of the queens of smack. Why isn't she with the Trump team? She's too damn dangerous. She's too damn good. She's out here exposing the NRSC. They're supposed to be exposing up people, not getting exposed by Laura Loomer. I mean, she's almost like an agent, but I like her. But she has skills, investigative skills, like she's one of the agents of the tiny hat country. And I like her. I'm not trying to knock her with that. I'm just saying her skills are that high. Vivek Ramaswamy, he would absolutely annihilate Elon Musk in a debate. And Elon Musk doesn't want this. It's really simple. That part of it is really simple. Elon Musk doesn't want that anywhere near him.
The next clip is ready below. Welcome to After Show Carnage.